marvel NFL fans at Shaun Alexander when he was in high school. He truly looks like a man amongst boys.
I came out of nowhere, and then I broke all the school records. I broke most of the state records. I know I was on a couple of national records. Man, I wish Shaun was my running back.
Shaun's high school career would garner him national attention. Look at some of the names here that he shared this Sports Illustrated with. Shaun's career numbers in high school reminded me that of King Henry's, who also went to Alabama. But you never have a King Henry without an Alexander the Great. Number 37 would go on to set the Alabama single-game rushing record of 291 against LSU, a record that still stands today, something that he did as a freshman. Shaun would play all 4 years for an Alabama team that was hit with heavy sanctions in the mid-90s. He was a loyal teammate, and he returned his senior year with his graduating class. As a Heisman hopeful in his senior year, despite an ankle injury, he led the nation in scoring. Although he'd lose the Heisman to Durran that year, he helped lead Alabama to the SEC championship game where they beat Florida. Shaun had the incredible ability to put his team on his back. Watch as he mounts a huge comeback against rival Auburn.
Game. That's the most important ball game you got all year. They faked it to Alexander, then throw back over the middle. Alexander makes the catch, and he's loose in the secondary. At the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Being raised by a single mother, Shaun got to see hard work firsthand as a boy.
My goal is to make the other team want me to be their running back.
Shaun's remarkable work ethic, patience, and persistent attitude is why Alabama would welcome him back years later. More on that to come.
Man, I wish Shaun was my running back.
With the 19th choice in the first round, Seattle selects running back Shaun Alexander.
Doesn't matter what number you are in the line of order. When it's your turn,
go make it happen.
Shaun would begin his career playing behind the great Ricky Watters. But when you're the fourth running back selected in the first round, that might not be the biggest story. Shaun can be quoted that he expected to be drafted by the New York Giants. Could you imagine Tiki Barber and Shaun on the same team?
Wasn't a bad pick. I would have picked me.
The Giants would instead draft Ron Dayne. Number 37 made sure the Giants would regret that decision.
Man, I wish Shaun was my running back.
Shaun played a big game against the Giants that day, going for more than 120 total scrimmage yards and 2 touchdowns. In just his second season, he would rush for more than 1,300 yards and set Seattle's single-game mark at 266. He did that against the Raiders on primetime, but what he would do the next year will be remembered for decades.
I like the 5 touchdowns in one half.
That's sick. That's sick.
We'll be ready when they call my number. Touchdown machine. Man, I wish Shaun was my running back.
The sport of football is built on faith and family, something that Shaun Alexander has always valued. In 2003, Shaun and his wife welcomed their daughter, Heaven, into their lives. Their first of what is soon to be 14. Bless this man for having 10 daughters. With that thought alone, you know Shaun Alexander had the will and determination to take his Seattle Seahawks to the promised land.
And the first ever Seahawk to grace the Sports Illustrated cover.
It's really funny because that's kind of like my story. Like, they almost got to give you a hint. He's the leading rusher in the NFL.
And that season, he led the Seahawks to the #1 seed and the Super Bowl. But that doesn't cover the greatness of Shaun Alexander's MVP season. Tell me down below in the comments, do you think if Shaun Alexander won in that Super Bowl against the Steelers, would he be in the Hall of Fame right now? Shaun's 2005 season would end with him gaining nearly 2,000 scrimmage yards. 1,880 of those yards came on the ground, and breaking Priest Holmes' touchdown mark of 27, set a few years earlier.
Man, I wish Shaun was my running back.
The very next year, LaDainian Tomlinson would set the mark at 31. Since then, nobody's come close. Shaun's MVP season would cap off what is believed to be one of the most dominant 5-year stretches ever recorded. After his rookie season, Shaun would average 1,500 yards rushing, 1,770 all-purpose yards, and 20 touchdowns. He averaged more than 1 touchdown a game for 5 years. In many of these highlights, you can see Shaun taunting the other team's stadium. If that isn't a competitor, I don't know what is. Number 37 was one of the most clutch running backs. So many of these highlights are at crucial moments. But with the Super Bowl loss, the The rise of dominance for the Steelers seemed to match the fall of prominence from Alexander. Shaun was always the biggest competitor on the field as well as the smartest. You see it on many of these runs, the patience and decision-making. He was one of those guys that didn't really have a step to lose. So when injuries hit the MVP, everything changed. He had a major injury to his foot, which could mean doomsday to any running back. Shaun's legacy as an MVP would continue far beyond his playing days with Seattle. The '05 Most Valuable Player is now celebrated as an MVP dad and also a great role model for his charity where he mentors young men, something that he's done even since his days playing at Alabama. Because of Shaun's foundations being set in faith and family, the once dominant running back has managed to find his way back into the Alabama spotlight.
Looking at the all-time individual game rushing record holder, 291 right now.
He is now an ambassador for the Crimson Tide, managing a whopping $175 million fund to help spread the values and contributions of the university. Shaun has so many key characteristics that will be incredible for promoting Alabama's values.
Did you surprise yourself?
No.
I like that.
I really didn't. I wanted to be like a touchdown machine.
Shaun's contributions on and off the field is what makes him the man for the job. I don't think they could have picked a better ambassador.
What is the impossible? And then you pick like a goal that's a little bit past that.
Touchdown Seahawks, and hand number 37 the record.
Man, I wish Shaun was my running back.
When it's your turn, go make it happen. Touchdown machine.